AskReddit biker and video editor. If one of your friends had an "I know a guy" moment and then called you, what would they be calling you for? I work on a farm and can access ungodly amounts of fresh fruit. I've got that hookup and it's like the opposite of a pyramid scheme. They drop off more fruit than a family could eat in a season and I have to distribute it to my friends who often get enough to share with their friends too. I'm a lawyer. I get that call 5 times a day. My sis is a lawyer, been practicing for maybe 6 years. I've never asked her for legal advice because I know everyone else probably does. However, she'll get a call like, "Hey, sis, so hear me out. If the purge was real, and on purge night I were to make someone sign over the deed to their house, would I be able to keep the house afterward?" I like to think up random scenarios for shits and giggles. I was a tech genius to my grandma before she passed. So you could use a remote? Lol. The remote seems to get my mom nowadays. It's been a running joke at several of my jobs that if you need a random thing, I probably have it in my bag. I generally carry a bike messenger bag with all the functional things. Tools, sewing kit, first aid, snacks, tape, things to distract your kids. I got you. Someone was messing around with a pair of handcuffs at a wedding. I know, dumb joke. I can't remember if he handcuffed himself to someone or something. No one had a key. They were for decorations, along with the ball and chain. Panic ensues. I go out to my car, rummage through my purse and bring in a key. Problem solved, but I got a lot of incredulous looks, because I am an old grandmotherly type. You need complex surgery and insurance claims they won't cover it? I'm your gal. I've had an autoimmune condition since childhood. Last year, I had to have major reconstructive surgery for a complication so rare there are less than 200 documented cases of it worldwide. Normally, insurance doesn't cover the surgery, nor the pre-operative and post-operative orthodontic treatment needed as part of the surgery. Total cost of the whole process typically runs into the 6 figures, and that's with insurance coverage. I fought tooth and nail and researched hundreds of pages of insurance documentation, got second and third opinions, etc. Managed to get insurance to cover everything, the braces, the surgery, week in the hospital, etc. Only thing I ended up having to pay was a $60 copay. Obligatory American healthcare sucks ass, but for anyone facing complex surgery where insurance coverage is iffy, I'm your gal. Good lord, that is a very useful, if dystopian, skill to have. I am unusually good at selecting really thoughtful gifts with minimal information about the recipient. Edit. Thanks for the awards. I do expect an update if anybody who messaged me used my ideas. This is a true gift, pun intended. I'm terrible with gifts. Bird identification. Happens weirdly often. Update. Several people here have messaged me photos of birds to ID. Y'all are too cute. Sneaky way to get your friends to send you all their hot random bird pics. Respect. Sadly probably for tax advice. I'm an accountant but I'm not a tax accountant. But I am pretty handy with Google and the IRS website so it still generally works out. It guy. Ever. The I know a guy call came in late spring last year. My good friends had bought a house and hired a contractor to renovate it. The guy got 70% of the way through and then just ghosted. I was living 1,000 miles away and my friend called me on the verge of tears asking what the fuck do we do. I ended up working on the place for 9 weeks, 60+ hours a week, to get it finished at a steep discount. It looks great, and I'm not mad about it because I love them, and now I guaranteed have a place to go if WWII breaks out. You're the guy I wish I knew. Instead, I'm over here with my house literally crumbling and I don't even know the keywords to search Google. I have a pickup truck and I'm happy to help people move stuff with it. A king among men. I'm the I know other guys guy. So you're the guy? My friend has a I know a guy story. My friend does MMA for fun, and they were about to move and they wanted to do a party. Their instructor coach asks what type of food, and my friend responds, Japanese. The coach just says, I know a guy, I'll give him your number. The next day my friend gets a call and they pick up. What does the other person say? Hello, I hear you were looking for vanilla rice, I'm at your service. He is a hibachi cook who goes to your house and makes the food there. His name he used was vanilla rice. He is white. Rice baby. I work on garage doors. Seems like a mundane job, but your garage door is something you never think about until catastrophic failure. Edit. It's worth mentioning, do not work on garage doors if you don't know what you're doing. Those springs above the door are under hundreds or thousands of pounds of tension depending on the size of the door. And the door itself can weigh the same amount. Garage door springs absolutely terrify me. Definitely not forgery. I've never forged a downtown parking pass, report card, bank statements, school ID, passport, event staff ID or coupon barcode in my life. Me neither. I have the tools. Dump trailer, ladders, scaffolding, lift gate truck, all kinds of hand tools and power tools. I have the skills. I know how to do all kinds of house repairs. I know how to move heavy things. I know how to quote the value of many types of vintage items. I likely have a place open where you can store something or you can live for a short time. Dud. I have pretty intimate knowledge of nearly every out of the way hiking trail system in our state. I'm talking the ones no one ever goes to, that are oftentimes not even catalogued on maps or trail finders. I'm extremely familiar with their locations, lengths, difficulty levels, and amount of traffic they might see. I'd be the one they'd call if they've a body to hide. And I'm not proud of that. Oh, you want Corpse Canyon? Now the key is, put it at least halfway in. If they ever start pulling bodies out, it will hit the news before they get that far in so you can make plans. Also, there is a trail etiquette there. If you see someone there, you didn't see anything. No commenting on shovels or oddly oversized duffel bags in the middle of the night. Courtesy goes both ways. I'm getting my PhD in math, so probably for hiking camping spots. My father-in-law has a PhD in math and tenure at a university. He also does classified seafloor sonar research that absolutely does not have any skill overlap with the military. An alibi. Edit. I think it's funny that for most responses the thought immediately went to murder. Friend, Siri, how do I hide a body? Siri, calling Unity Ice. Random trivia. I'm not really an expert on anything, but I know a bit about a lot of stuff. I've had people call me to ask the most random questions and then say I knew you'd know. That's what I'm known for. Vast amounts of completely useless and trivial knowledge. Have I just found my people? I'm the one to call when you need a pub trivia teammate that's way more ancient Greece and less The Bachelor. 4 years ago, to score heroin. Today, to talk to their friend or family member about addiction and how I got sober. Also computer stuff or guitar bass advice or basic household DIY. Congrats on the sobriety. I see you and I am proud of you. I hope you are proud of yourself. I need something written. Cover letters, angry letters to car dealerships, stuff for HR complaints. Also essays and research papers for anything from high school up to university and colleges. Also I need a design artwork. I do that too. Plus, pet sitting. Socializing a feral kitten. I love that for you. I have a vast knowledge of various cooking salts, what makes one different from the next in crystal structure, important locations for purchase, etc. If you need to season something to scientific perfection, I got you. What's Iranian blue salt good for? Criticism. Movie recommendations. Dang. That's a real compliment to you. Tenant right knowledge. I'm a professional Karen. We need more of this kind of Karen. So many people don't know their rights, and even if they do, they might not have anyone to go to bat for them. My brother and I do this, random facts or who's that actor questions. It's more fun than googling and it's good to touch base with him. I like this one the most. That's sweet to include each other even when Google's there. You're totally right. I feel like a lot of folks comment asking easily googled things for the same reason. To advice or financial advice. It's always one of the two. My financial advice is don't get a tattoo. Since you're going to ignore that advice, this is how to find the best artist. I'm a notary public. I'm a notary, but the only person who ever calls me for it is my dad, and I have to explain to him again that you're not supposed to notarize things for family members. I'm an entomologist. Do you have any idea how many random bug pictures I receive from people wondering what they found? Making drugs. I'm a professional chemist and my job is making drugs, not illegal. I do R&D. If my buddy needed help with making meth or some shit, I got you, bro. Psychedelics and or deathcore trivia. At one time, yes. Now it's just the drugs. To name as many Pokemon in 1 minute as possible. I have memorized the first minute of BDG's Pokemon rap. Shit. Found my son's Reddit account. Any form of tech support or at work, or if they're looking for song but only remember a few lyrics. My computer is so slow. I'm the guy that knows a guy. I'm not the guy, but I know a guy. A lot of people I know don't know a guy. I'm the guy that knows a guy. Or they're in the middle of a pub quiz and stuck on a movie question. Copyediting proofreading. Drugs and speculative biology. What is speculative biology? To help them identify any sort of 19th century weapon uniform. I knew a guy who was obsessed with tanks and could tell you anything tank related. Last I knew he was building tank replicas in his backyard out of plywood and sheet metal. I own a hog farm. So fresh pork chops and or body disposal? Tech support. Medical advice. Nurse 28 years. I get, hey, is this a sign of drug use or what is this drug combination likely to do to someone a lot? I was a drug addict for a very, very long time, lucky to be alive, and very happy to offer up any knowledge I can share. I am the queen of marijuana edibles. I make them for myself. Everyone is calling me about how to make them. It's a bit of an art really. Call me crazy, but I'm so great at untangling things. Call me crazier, but especially headphone wires. Probably to tell me he knows a cheaper auto mechanic. Best gay bars around LMAO. Cigarettes. I roll my own and have many cartons full. Username checks out. Having been on TV once. Mythology trivia, or confronting people being a shats. I had several friends call asking if I could get them coke. I've no idea how they thought I was the guy for this at all. I spend all my free time but naked gaming. I'm amazed I even made friends. I'm that socially awkward.